Welcome back to my channel Lomzy Sews. In this project we are going to learn how to make this two-piece, the trouser and the blazer jacket. As you already know, for us to do the two tutorials it will be too long, so I'll divide the two tutorials into two: how to make pant trouser and how to make a simple blazer jacket. I'll drop the second part in the description section, so you go ahead and click on the link to watch it. For today's sewing tutorial, let me go ahead and introduce it properly. Hello, welcome back to my channel Lomzy Sews. In today's sewing tutorial, I'll be sharing with you guys how I make pant trousers with a perfect fit. If that's what you've been looking for, then this video is the video you're searching for. Search no more. I decided to recreate this trouser and this is what I made. So guys, if you really want to learn how I made this, continue watching and don't skip any part of this video. In my previous video, I shared how to take measurements for pant trousers. I'll drop the link below so that you'll be able to watch how to do that. It's detailed and you understand every bit of it. So I'll drop the link in the description section, and this is how I take my measurements to make this pant trouser. This trouser is a high waist trouser, meaning the waistband will sit exactly on the waistline, and the waistband we're using is 1.5 inches. And then the measurement we're going to be using for this is waist 29 inches, hips 38.5. The waist to the hip measurement is 8.25. The waist to the floor to the ankle is 41 inches, and then round the ankle that we're using is 7.5 inches. So that's the measurement we'll be using for this. So I have drawn out the line that I'll be starting from, as you can see, and this line will serve as this waistline. The next thing I'm going to get now is the waistline to hip, which is 8.25. So remember, the waistband is 1.5, so I'm going to place the 1.5 here and take the 8.25. So meaning I'm doing waist to hips measurement minus 1.5. I hope you understand. So I'm going to mark that here, 8.25 as the waist to hips here, and I square that line out. Next we are going to get is the body rise. Now guys, I have a video on how to take the measurements of your body rise, both the one you would divide the hips divided by 4. I have all of them in a video, and I'm going to drop that in the description section. So don't use the type that you will divide your hips by 4. Just use the ones that you can measure on yourself. So I have different types. You can do that. For mine, for the one I'm working on, the waist to the body rise measurement is 11.25. So again, I'm going to place my tape here, and I'm going to take down the 11.25, which is here. So I'm going to mark the line, square it out. Guys, remember we are working first on the front panel before we go over to the back. Next is waist to the knee line. The waist to the knee line is 23 inches. I'll mark it here, 23.25. I'm going to mark it here and square the line out. So take the measurements from your waistline down to the knee, whatever that is, that's what you're going to mark here. Next is waist to the length of the pant trouser. So waist to the length of the pant trouser is 41 inches, and that's what I have here. So let me run you through the lines I have here. This is the waistline, this is the waistline, the hip line, the crotch line or body rise. This is the knee line, and then the length of the pant trouser. Next, on this hip line, we're going to divide the hips divided by 4, and we're going to minus 0.5 from that. So for us to do that, the hip measurement I'm working with is 38.5. I'll divide that by 4. It will give me 9.5. Minus 0.5 from that, it will give me 9 inches. So from here, I'm going to get 9 inches. I'm going to square this line down to the crotch length and also on the waistline.
Next, for the crotch extension, I'll come out 2.5. So from here 2.5, I'm working for a small size. If you're working for a plus size, you can add, make it 3 inches, it depends. So mine is 2.5. I'll mark it here. This is the center front, guys. So from this center front, I'll come in like this, 0.75. So you come in 0.75. I'm going to connect the crotch line. For me to do that, I'll come out like 1 inch, and I'm going to connect this line like this, and then this to this. So this is a crotch curve. Next, on the waistline, from this line, not the center front anymore, now this is the new center front line. So from this line, I'm going to get the waist, round waist measurement. Doing that, you're going to divide the waist divided by 4 plus 0.75. So the waistline I'm using is 29 inches. Divided by 4 will give me 7.25. And I'm going to add 0.75 to that, which will make it 8 inches. So from here, I'm going to get 8 inches, which is here. So I'll connect this line to the hip line. Next, we're going to get the midpoint of this trouser. So you're going to measure from here to here and divide that by 2. So from here to here, I'll divide it by 2 and square up the line. Next measurement we're going to get is the trouser bottom. So remember, the trouser bottom we have is 7.5. You're going to divide that by 2. Whatever you have, you minus 3/8 from that. So you're going to take around your the ankle, how wide you want the trouser to be. Whatever that is, divide that by 2, and you're going to minus 3/8 from that, and you're going to share it on both legs. So mine is 7.5 divided by 2 will give me 3.75. I minus 3/8 from that, I will have 3 inches. So I'm going to mark 3 inches on this side and also 3 inches on this side. Next, on the knee line, whatever I have here, I'm going to add 0.75 to that. So I have 3 inches here. I'm going to add 0.75 to that, which will make it 3.75. I'll mark it here. Also on this side, I'm going to also make it 3.75. And then I'm going to connect this line straight and also connect this line straight. So on this line, I'm going to connect it straight with a dotted line first of all. I'm just going to connect with a dotted line. So from here, I'm going to come in like this. So you know how much we have come in. You can come in like 0.75. Yeah, and connect it this. You can use your curve ruler to do this, but I like to use my free hand. Next, you're also going to connect this line like this. So I'll go ahead and connect it. I'm sorry, I have to use my marker so you guys can see. So this is for the front. We're going to go over to the back. If you're cutting on your fabric and if you're doing this method and you're cutting on your fabric, what you have to do after cutting the front panel, you're going to add sewing allowance to all of them, and you cut it out, and you place whatever you have cut out on another fabric for you to cut the back. So you're just going to draw out, use your marker or your chalk, whatever, draw exactly what you have for the front, and you're going to do the next step we're doing. But if you're cutting on your pattern paper, then continue along with me. So this line, we're going to extend the hip line. And I'm also going, okay, this is extended already. So the next thing I'm going to do is for us to get the hip measurement for the back. From this center front, you're going to divide the hips divided by 4. Whatever you get, you're going to add 1.5 to that. The hips I'm working with is 38.5 divided by 4 will give me 9.5 plus 1.5, that will give me 11 inches. So from here I'm going to mark 11 inches. So this will be the hip line for the back. Next, from this center line I'm going to come in 1.5 and then I'm going to go up 0.75. From here to here, I'm going to divide the waist divided by 4 plus 1.5. So the waist I'm working with is 29 inches. Divided by 4 will give me 7.25. Then I add 1.5 to that. It will be 8.75. So from here to here, I'm going to get 8.75. So whatever I have here, I'm going to divide that by 2. For the back, we're going to make a dart. So I'm going to divide this by 2 and mark here. I'm going to square it down like 2.5 inches. And on this place, I'm going to make a dart width of 0.5 and connect it here like this. So this dart is just for the back only. So now remember, this is our waist and this is our hips. The next thing we're going to get is the crotch extension for the back. For us to do that, whatever I got from here, which is 2.5 inches, I'm going to mark it for the crotch extension for the back, starting from here. So I'm going to mark 2.5 inches here. And I'm going to drop it low like 0.25. And I'm going to connect this like this. So from here, I'm going to come out like 2 inches. And I'm going to connect this line like this. This one this way. I'm going to mark it like this. Go down low like that. So on the knee line, I'm going to add 0.75 here. Also here 0.75. And on the ankle, I'm going to add 0.5. Add 0.5 here. I'm going to connect this line straight. Also this line, I'm going to connect it straight. So this line, I'm going to connect it in a curved manner. First of all, I'm going to connect this like this. And then I'm going to connect it to the knee line. The same thing to this, I'm going to connect it. So let me do the same thing I did for the front. This will guide me to mark the line. So just come in like this and go like that. So don't mind these lines, it's because I'm using marker and I needed to use this marker so you guys can see what I'm drawing. Next thing you will do is to go ahead and trace the front panel. As you can see, this is the front panel. From here to here, you trace that out. And on the inside leg, you trace this out. Also for the back, you're going to trace this out on another pattern paper. If you can see, this is the back. You go ahead and trace this out. After tracing it out, you're going to add ½ inch sewing allowance on the upper side, and you're going to add ½ inch sewing allowance on the side, and then at the hem you're going to add 1.5 inches. So I'll do all of that and I'm going to cut it out on my main fabric.
So many times that I miss you. I know how to call when I want to. Now you got way bigger issues.
fixing the invisible zip, as you can see, and I've also closed the dart. The next thing I'm going to do is to place the front panel of the trouser on the back panel. So I'm going to, so you place the right side facing together. Make sure you iron this open. You place the right side facing together and you're going to sew the side seam on both sides. This is it after sewing the side seam. I have overlocked it and ironed it open at this point. Then the next thing I'm going to do now is to go ahead and hem the lower part. So I'm going to fold it once like this, and I'm going to fold again 1 inch. I'll do that on both sides. This is it after hemming it. As you can see, you go ahead and iron it properly, and you're going to place this right side facing together. You're going to sew close the crotch area, so you sew it all the way down. So guys, this is it after sewing it. As you can see, I've joined all the seams. Guys, this video is already becoming too long. I have a lot of videos on how I sew waistband, so I'll leave you guys to watch some of my videos that I sew skirts or trousers I have fit. Guys, this is where we'll be stopping for today's video. Make sure you click the link below on how to cut and sew the blazer. If you have watched this video to this time, remember to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't done that. To my returning subscribers, thank you for your support. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.